Yeah, Karamo, what do you have? What do you have against the gay publications,
Yeah.
Karamo?
I know, right? I love the heat.
Um, Thank you for coming for Pride, though. That was really cool to see you on the bus and
Oh,
take pictures.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a fun
And
time.
I'm excited everyone's coming to Chicago. Can we start off by just talking about plans for this whole tour and how it works and the format and all that?
Well, at first, I think, oh, I was thinking food, like what restaurants we're going to go to. But sorry, I got distracted already. So
Jerry,
what our plans are for the tour?
yeah, tell him.
I think that I'll start it off, and I'm going to speak from my understanding of all of this. So I'll only speak for myself. But I mean, there are many reasons. First of all, we hadn't had a season come out in a while. And so we just want to remind people who've seen the show, people who need a reintroduction, people who've never seen the show to just kind of like switch things up. There's a lot going on in this world right now. And I think we could all use a little bit of joy and happiness and some chaos that ensues with the five of us. But then most importantly, our family has changed and it's grown and it's different. And we have this amazingly perfectly symmetrical with really beautiful eyebrows who wears way too much gold in my opinion, addition by the name of Jeremiah Brent, who's been added to the family. And we're deeply obsessed with him. We had the most amazing time filming with him in Vegas, and we just want to show the world who he is and just,
Yeah.
do our thing.
Yeah.
For
Is-
better or worse, you're
Is there
stuck with
For
me now.
worse, but it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is there going to be a moderator and Q&A, or do you guys just talk to each other?
There'll be a mixture of both. There's a moderator, there's some Q&A, there's some games, there's some surprises. I think what excites me the most about it, just to kind of piggyback off of what Ant said, is the show's really about connection and that being the birthplace, as we know, of all change. And the idea of us coming together and getting to know all of you, and hopefully you guys getting to see us in a different capacity and just having a good time and laughing. That's really what we're all about. Trying to keep it appropriate and family friendly as always.
Also, I just realized, Jared, this is our first interview that we're doing together, which is
It,
really
it is, Ant. We're doing it. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. All of us actually. I've
Yes.
interviewed
We're
JVN
all in
before.
this.
Yes.
We're all in it together.
Yeah, JVN's the only one I've done before.
Jerry, we have these group calls about the tour, and I am known as the wild auntie in this group, and I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to show up.
You know what? That's half the battle, Karamo. And then this economy, that's enough.
I am
We'll
going to
take it.
show up and go. When I tell you, Jerry, I'm going to make sure we give a show.
That's
I'm going to
right.
give a shimmy, a two-step. We're going to have a good kiki and a laugh, girl. But outside of that, I don't know what's happening.
Maybe some drag. I'm thinking drag now.
Let me tell you something, Jerry. If they want to put me in drag, I think I might be the only one that's up for it.
Don't tempt Karamo with a good time or the promise of a wig.
Baby, I will
Exactly.
put on a wig in a heartbeat. I will
She's
put on a
ready.
wig in a heartbeat.
So I'm with the Critics' Choice, and I was the one that started the LGBT committee. And
Oh
then
my goodness.
you came and gave the word to Kish. And I just wanted to say it was so great. I mean, I saw you across the room. I couldn't get over there, but yeah.
Yeah. Good job for what you're doing with that. It's really important to have those spaces. So that's amazing, Jerry. Thank you.
Well, we're doing it again in June, and we did try to get the whole Queer Eye cast, but the strike messed it up 2 years ago. So, we're going to get you some trophies. So I wanted to let you.
Are you coming to the tour in Chicago?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay, I have a deal for you. Please bring me a wig and I will grab it from you on stage and you can put it on my crown so we can have a wig moment, please.
You guys are making a lot of promises about this tour between Ant's private dinners and your wigs. I don't know what's happening.
No, girl, I'm going to wear a wig on stage.
Karamo, here's a hot take that no one approved that we definitely didn't discuss prior that I might get a call about afterwards.
Okay.
What if, for all of Jerry's readers and viewers and anybody who follows, if they bring a wig, they win something special from you, like some kind of a prize situation for the wildest wig that they can bring you. And you have to promise to wear it.
I'm down. They'll get free tickets to the Karamo show.
Promotion. We love synergy.
Promotion. Free
Gift that
tickets.
keeps on giving.
Yeah, I mean, we're a town of drag. Shea Coulee came from here.
Yes, we do
so
know.
many queens have been. So watch out. If I spread the word, all around.
The girls are gonna come.
Yeah. There's a Q&A from the audience. Does the audience need to prepare questions a little bit?
My
Yes.
understanding is there's a little bit of both. We have a moderator that's going to have some questions, and then we are going to have questions from the audience that are going to be asked as well.
Okay, perfect.
Here's the thing. There is a formula, there is a skeleton of an idea that's been like figured out. Gosh, I sound like someone saying that there's a concept of a something, so I'm not going to go down that path.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you historically like look back at any interviews with the 5 of us, with the 3 of us, things tend to go awry. Some call it disorganized. Other people call it wildly entertaining. So it's really like that's what you get when you cast the 5 of us. It kind of is what it is, but we promise that it'll be wildly entertaining and a lot of fun and filled with a lot of love and to Jer's point, connection and just show us, you know, how much we love each other and just hopefully there's going to be a lot of love in the room. In fact, there will be. I'm confident of it.
I agreed. This is one of the things that I'm really excited about this tour because the 5 of us being together is always a good time. But then also organically, what happens when the 5 of us together is that lessons about how to be better through what we're learning about ourselves always happens. And I think that's most exciting because that's one of the beauties of what Queer Eye has always done. We've taken from what we've been through, what we've been through as men, fathers, human beings, as sons, and said, okay, I'm going through this, I'm struggling. This is how we're figuring it out. How can you figure it out? And to Antoni's point, I think we need that right now. And that's what I'm most excited about, to have people come here and walk away just like our theme song says, feeling like things are getting just a little bit better. And I know that's going to happen.
I think that was paraphrasing, but we'll allow it.
I can adjust it when I type up the article.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been cramming down as many episodes as I could get from Las Vegas. So how was that whole experience? And have you seen the last showgirl with Pam Anderson yet?
No, but I want to. It is literally,
it.
It's ironic because the thing is that when we did our episode, we had no idea about Pam Anderson, what she was doing with The Last Showgirl. And the fact that like there's these distinct similarities in our hero, it's wild to me. It is wild. But you see what happens when someone who's told that, you know, that they're getting older and they no longer have place and they just feel like, and I think this is a sad part of our society that we don't value, you know, people as they age, and we don't make people, we allow people to dream anymore. We know, like, the world tells them that they should stop dreaming. Like, this is who you are. You're this age, so that's done. And what I love about that episode, and what I'm hoping Pam's movie does, is tells people, no, girl, keep dreaming, keep living. You got a lot more life. Until that last day, baby, 2-step.
Yeah, I did a interview with her recently, and she said it's never too old to follow your dreams. And I just went, oh my gosh, this woman, so amazing.
But I think, I don't know, sorry, this is not a question that you asked, but just a thought that I had, and I've had a lot of coffee today, Jerry, so I'm just going to share it. There was a moment in the season I remember where there were a couple of moments where Jerry would kind of like either like pinch one of us or just be like, is it like this every time? Or one moment where I ended up bawling afterwards, where he was like, do you realize like the importance of what it is that, you know, you guys are lucky enough to be doing? And with people like Paula, it was Paula, right?
Yeah, it was Paula. It was Paula.
With her, who was like still so deeply passionate about this thing, and she never really became jaded. And not to say that we've become jaded, but it's like you get used to things and they kind of become like embedded in your body. And I think with having Jer on the show and having kind of like a fresh ears and a fresh voice and a fresh perspective and take on everything with who he comes from as a father and as a husband, and as a 40-year-old as of last week, I think it just really, it's just a beautiful reminder that I think it's important to surround yourself by people who just inspire you and kind of challenge the way that you think. And that's the beauty of the show, is that there are heroes who, I'll admit it, like it's definitely us coming in there and helping them and letting them know how special they are because they're in a position where they're not seeing it. But I think there are other heroes who kind of flip the table on us. I call it Mama Tammy syndrome. And Paula definitely had a lot of that. And I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to her story. Maybe not as an aspiring showgirl like Karamo, for example, but just as people who are trying to follow their dreams and learn that like you should never lose that curiosity or that passion for whatever it is, big or small.
Love that.
And that was so sweet. Thank you.
Thanks. I memorized it. No, I'm kidding.
Tell everyone how it was, Jeremiah, for you to be part of the group, and is Nate Burke is coming with you to Chicago?
Not if I can help it. Um, how was it? I mean, I've said this before, and again, without sounding super cheesy, it really felt like coming home, my friendship with these four. I think the thing that I'm really hoping that people see throughout the season and they feel hopefully and what I can offer them is a perspective and how I see them. And I would like people to see them through my eyes as somebody who sat there day after day, week after week, watching in awe of how they crafted momentum for people to move through these chapters of their lives that were so complicated, how they remind people, how they bridge like the humanity and I keep talking about the connective tissue of this show, but honestly, I reclaimed so much about myself through my friendship with them, and it's really their superpower, and it's what this show is really all about. We laugh. I've never laughed so hard in my life as I do when we're all together. I truly feel like I've known them for 2 decades. It's really bizarre. We had a really good time, and I think it was one of those moments, at least for me, that I felt like it was the culmination of everything that I had done, everything that I had worked to understand, and then the application of it with people that I love, doing something I love, and it was just spectacular.
Oh, that's awesome. How about Neo? Is that Neo the dog? Is that going with you on tour? Is the dog's going?
Oh, Neon? Of course.
Yeah.
There she is.
So she unfortunately has a very busy social calendar. She attends camp every day with 13 or 14 other dogs. I am trying for at least one of the locations. There are no promises being made. But you'll just have to buy tickets for all 5 shows to see if
every season we've had our loft dog, and every season it has not been mine. And I would like to introduce you to our season 10 loft dog, Isabella.
Oh,
She's
Oh
ready
my
for her
God.
close-up.
Isabella.
Isabella would like to have her close-up on Netflix. And so she said, Neon who? Here.
wow.
So just be aware, she's already booked for all 5 dates.
Law of abundance. Okay,
Yeah.
we can have more than one pup.
Pause up for
Pause up. Pause up. That's cute.
So tell me about have you had a funny fan moment? Has any fan done something, or do you get mobbed when you go out together, or what's it like with all the
Not
fans?
me. Not me.
Jared's coming, girl.
I'm
It's
good.
coming.
My big joke, Jerry, is that the entire time I shot the show, I'd be like, "Hey, hi, I'm the new one. Give me a hug." It would be a minute, and they're like, I'm like, "Don't worry." But I would get I'd crack up about it every time.
Well, can I tell you not to go back to we'll go back to your fan question. I'm gonna go. Say bye. Say bye. One of the things that I was watching the show with someone who did not know that we had a new member of our cast. And when this guy was watching it, he, after the episode 1, was like, oh my gosh, Jared's my favorite. And I was sitting next to him and I was like, thanks, girl. And I was like, no, but seriously, I was like, what made you say that? And he said his skills are beyond, but also his humility. And he was like, I would expect somebody to come into this role and not have humility. And he was like, his humility and the way that he sees the world was so beautiful. And I think that's going to make the fans fall in love with Jeremiah in a way that like is going to outshine. It already outshines the season. It's what I loved about him, watching the show through your eyes. And I cannot wait for the world to see him. I want fans to go berserk. I want everybody to tell him how gorgeous he is, because he's completely humble and hates to give him compliments. Jerry, just tell him how beautiful he is. Tell him how beautiful his skin is.
It is
tell me
about
anything,
time we
Jerry.
have somebody humble on our cast, because we've never had.
Girl, those days are gone, girl.
A little
Humility?
uncomfortable, the humility,
She.
but I'm getting used to it.
Oh my God.
Humility?
I
No,
know.
I do have a compliment for Jeremiah. That marble kitchen on Instagram. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
thank you. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you.
Really cool. Is everyone cooking for the holidays? What's cooking in your kitchen, Anthony? Are you like, do you want traditional Christmas and Thanksgiving, or do you go out of the box with something really interesting and different?
So for Thanksgiving this year, I'm going to my college buddies in right outside of DC. And so he's got like all American family. I'm obsessed with Americana, being raised as a Canadian boy. And Thanksgiving for us, we didn't even get any time off school. And you were lucky if you got turkey and the ocean spray jelly in a can, but I love it with citrus segments and some red onion. Delicious. And so he's doing a full-on menu. He kind of like he has like a PhD and works in like disease research and that kind of stuff, but he's extremely pretentious in the kitchen. And so he's changed the menu 5 times already. He has not one but 2 commercial deep fryers. So he wants to deep fry one turkey, and the other one he's trying to figure out what he wants to stuff it in, but it's already been dry brining for about 2 days. I'm certainly going to help with certain things. Mashed potatoes are very important to me. I'm very particular about how I like them done. And I definitely want to make sure with all the heavy food that's going on, I think it's important to have a proper salad, and persimmons are in season and you can get beautiful pomegranates. So I kind of want to have, I know it's not as exciting as a lot of the, deep fried situations going on, but I want to have like a beautiful salad, maybe kind of like a buttermilk poppy seed vinaigrette, like a dressing situation with just like thin little Karamo. We've already lost Karamo because we're not. Skittles! Oh, there, he's back.
Hi.
So I'm going to contribute, but I'm going to be kind of part of their family. But for me, it's to lean in like full classic American tradition, and I get to have the childhood that I never had.
I want that.
Sounds delicious to me.
I'm sorry I checked out. I hate Thanksgiving. It's my least favorite holiday. It's so dumb.
What? It's about thanks. It's about giving thanks to the people you love.
I wish that people remembered that, but that's not what it's about. And so
Ooh.
I hate
Womp Karamo.
Girl, give me a fucking Halloween, a Christmas, or a New Year's Eve.
I do love Christmas. Oh, I love it.
And you have kids, right, Jeremiah? That must be
Yeah.
awesome to have Christmas with them.
It's the best. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old, and my favorite sound in the world is their feet running up and down the stairs. It's the best. And it's like the one time a year where we kind of just get to sit inside in an elastic waistband, not worry about a thing.
Jared, that's my everyday.
And a crop top.
Okay, elastic waistband is my favorite thing to wear.
Real quick, we're gonna wrap it up, but quick future plans right after this tour and anything like that.
Well, right after the tour, I'm going to Brazil.
Uh-oh.
And I plan on seeing all the beautiful Brazilian boys.
That will not be a family-friendly trip.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's going to be very prayerful.
Jared, what are your plans?
I'm going to stay home. I know it sounds super boring. We've been traveling so much, all of us, and working that I've got a couple weeks where I'm not going anywhere. So we're gonna stay home. We might get a dog. I don't know.
Okay, well, offline about that.
Yeah, I have to talk to you about
it. Your dog is only season 11, girl. Don't.
I'll keep my dog at home. It's fine.
If I had your kids and husband, I would be staying home as well. I, on the other hand, am planning some trips. I need a bit of hot and I need a bit of cold. I need my feet in sand, and then I need to hit the slopes. And I definitely want to go somewhere that's like completely off the grid. Last year I went actually with my buddy Ramsey, who I'm going to see for Thanksgiving, to Costa Rica. We were in Puerto Viejo, in like middle of nowhere, howler monkeys in the background, that kind of a vibe. And then hopefully some time in the country, in Pennsylvania with my pup, to make sure that she's happy and her needs are met as well.
Aunt, do you want to come to Brazil with me?
If Neon can come, let's go.
No, girl, she can come.
I'm afraid if you guys go together, you may not come back.
Antoni, come to Brazil with me.
Not wrong. Let's talk about it on tour every night when we're in like different hotels and we're all like doing our little slumber parties. We'll figure
exactly.
out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming to Chicago. I look forward to meeting you all in person, and we'll make that happen. And I am so excited to see your show.
Thank you so much.
Show.
Nice meeting you,
Jay.
All right.